If this is your first time, my name is Christopher Allen Maloney. I'm a writer and filmmaker obsessed with movies, and people are always asking me for movie recommendations. That's what these videos are. Also, if you want, you can like, subscribe, comment. I pretty much reply to every comment. And if you don't want to, you can just keep your thoughts to yourself. When Office Space came out in 1999, it was a box office disappointment. Not even Jennifer Aniston, at the height of Friends' popularity, was enough to create a decent showing. But it did eventually find an audience on video, and go on to become a cult classic. It's one of those movies that just goes down so easily, what we sometimes call watchable. Like, if it's on television when you're in a hotel or something, you'll leave it on no matter how many times you've seen it. Anyone who's ever faced an existential crisis due to their job and what it says about their place in the world will see themselves here. The traffic jam on the way to work, the inane remarks that somehow get treated as actual comedy by your coworkers, the territorial attitude when it comes to coveted office supplies. It's all there, presented by director Mike Judge with a sharp eye for detail that can only come from having worked shitty jobs in the past. Streaming on Hulu.
Hello, Peter. What's happening?
Is it a water heater?
I have to admit, I've always been more impressed with Arnold Schwarzenegger as a comic actor than as an action star. In True Lies, he gets to show his propensity for both. Here he plays a spy whose work is so dangerous and secretive that not even his family know what his job is. They think he's a salesman. He's so convincing in this cover story that his wife, Jamie Lee Curtis, has grown bored with him and their life together. When she inadvertently gets sucked into a mission to thwart a terrorist plot alongside her husband, Schwarzenegger and Curtis get to play around with their natural chemistry in a movie that's entertaining, exciting, and funny.
The warhead contains 14.5 kilograms of enriched uranium with a plutonium trigger. The nominal yield is 30 kilotons. Badawin Makum Itikuha.
Streaming on Disney Plus for some reason.
Yalla, yalla.
You know, the truth is, I always thought you were a good man.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Robert Redford and Jane Fonda are so naturally charismatic that even this movie, which is really just people talking, is kept afloat by their screen presence. They starred together as young newlyweds in the film adaptation of Barefoot in the Park in 1967. And it's fascinating to watch them here, 50 years later, with the same level of comfort they must have always had with each other. This movie finds their characters as a widow and widower who turn to each other for simple companionship. It's not overtly romantic. It's more about just not being lonely and having someone to talk to. It would make for a good play or even a radio drama because it's mostly about what is said and how it is received.
You know, I think that you should come through the front door next time.
Well, like I said, people talk.
Oh, let them talk. You know, I've spent my whole life worrying about what people think.
Streaming on Netflix. This is like a rare artifact in a time capsule because it shows us George Lucas before Star Wars. Lucas directed and co-wrote this movie inspired by his teenage years spent cruising his hometown of Modesto, California with his friends and fellow car enthusiasts. It's a different George Lucas than we're used to, I guess mostly because the story takes place in our galaxy in the very recent past. It's nostalgic and full of heart, suggesting that even visionaries who create new worlds are not immune to teenage angst and heartbreak. The soundtrack is fantastic too. Pretty much wall-to-wall music, popular songs from the 50s and 60s that help tell the story as much as any other element in the film. It features a relatively unknown Harrison Ford and Richard Dreyfuss and Ron Howard before Happy Days.
You have no romance, no soul? Someone wants me. Someone roaming the streets wants me. Will you turn the corner?
Streaming on Netflix.